rainy day in Honolulu, looking out beyond the hills. Memories and times of heartache, lays of lilies, daffodils. Here I lighted like a bird upon the bright blue water shore, with my hope and with my nightmares, praying I could swim and soar. Dark dreams haunted sunlit days, while I drank down rum and hope, burning dreams and crimson lovers dancing on a thin tightrope. Spellbound, spellbound, spellbound. Birds of paradise were walking as though they were angel songs. Bright wings flew along the beaches in their shimmering sarongs, and I thought when I would see them so content and so serene, how could I find that surrender? I could fly, but I would scream, fighting out of beauty's trance in the light of sand and water, knowing I would crawl the highways, finding my own kind of slaughter. Spellbound, spellbound, I saw you do, how you lived and danced in light, yearning to know what life knew. Whittled down the drinking dawn to whimper towards the sight of land, hungering to sail in water bright with promise, deep in sand. In these islands once I wept for the lost and for the found, surfacing air and light. Now I'm near and I am spellbound, 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 outside my window lies the canyon, red and turquoise, orange and blue, wandering through the painted desert like some bewildered drunken fool. The Colorado deep within her cuts and rolls and sings and plays, waterfalls and purple rainbows in her mist of silver haze. Once I knew a man who traveled down her waters every day, made his living guiding strangers where his shadows knew the way. On the borders of the rivers, lit the fires and smoked the pipes, told the travelers all his stories, dared them all to win the prize. White with foam the water danced over rocks and under skies, blue with summer drenched in rain, faster than I realized. He was hard about his work, soft about the columbines, spoke about Apache friends, missed the years of silver mines, when the West was far away, safe from eastern peddlers, when the canyon was his own, far from mindless meddlers. In his arms I often listened, sharing every dream he dreamed, a summer lover soon to fly, far from where the moonlight gleamed. I have often thought of him, riding down the river's heart, living for the plunging waters, prying mysteries apart. Is he still alive and smiling through a hazy waterfall? Sometimes I think it was madness to have left his lonesome call, to sail beyond the canyon walls, out to where coyotes call. Back then, when I knew it all. We were young together once upon a long lost time. Apple trees were blossoming and spring was on my mind. Guitars over Dougal Street, sandals in the snow. When I fell in love with you, I was the last to know. Down in Greenwich Village we were scattered through the night, singing at the bitter end under all those lights, making love in single beds you always left by dawn, climbing on the Greyhound bus where you would be alone. Singing in MacArthur Park, singing in Cheyenne, singing in the wilderness where the truth began. We were gypsies in the wind, learning just to fly, making music, making love as the years went by. You had rhythm in your soul, I had violins. You were rich and I was poor, trying to fit in. Back on Bleecker in the spring, haunting Johnson Square, in the fat black pussycat, catch me if you dare. We were so in love. Then the world was going mad, the sky was overcast. Found my peace in whiskey and the poets of the past. You were moving past me through the dark night of your soul. I was singing folk songs and dreamed of rock and roll. The devil's in the details, you said, dreaming of your death. I was running faster, I was nearly out of breath. Long before we lost our dreams and all our songs were sung, you left the world too early, your spirit died too young. We were so in love. to be free, searching for the answers in the booze and the marquee. What is left of Greenwich Village lives among your songs, the ones we thought were always right and never would be wrong. Now sometimes the only thing that gives me hope is you, you who saw right through the veil that fell out of the blue. I will always miss you, I will always hear your songs. Now the past is fading, one more dream, and it is gone. We were so apple trees were blossoming and spring was on my mind. Guitars on McDougal Street, sandals in the snow. I am still in love with you, I was the last to know. In my cowboy boots and my Levi's, hair hanging down my back, driving that 53 Chevy, rolling down that mountain track. Threw a couple back at the Stanley, drinking with a long lost friend. Back in the car, spinning my wheels, cutting through that dusty wind. I didn't see it coming, hell on wheels, carrying a heavy load. Didn't see it coming, hell on wheels, nowhere to go. The gravel and the grit of my past, trailing in the rearview mirror. The only house for 20 miles, I was getting nearer and nearer. Saw two little children sitting in the dirt, missed him by a mere few feet. Their arms reaching out for daddy, the nightmare still plays in my sleep. I didn't see it coming, hell on wheels, carrying a heavy load. I didn't see it coming, hell on wheels, nowhere to go. While I gunned that car down the road and breaking through. I pray for those children every day, innocent babes they were. If I was going just a little faster, we would have been gone for sure. You never see it coming, hell on wheels, you always think you're in control. Someday you realize you're hell on wheels, you know you have to go slow. You didn't see it coming, hell on wheels, carrying a heavy load. Didn't see it coming, hell on wheels, nowhere to go. singing your songs of love and paradise. Islands and oceans shimmered in your eyes. I could see vast horizons in your skies. You said you could sail us all around the world, where we would have the dreams our hearts could hold. Angelfish sparkled, sunlight was unfurled, silver and blue skies, all the days were gold. There would be starry skies and ecstasy. We would live all our lives upon the sea. There were no monsters there to come at night. We would live with no fear and with no fight. So when the storms came down upon our dreams, you said I got it wrong and we would drown. I should have seen the shipwreck in your eyes. I should have understood your cloudy skies. I never will forget that brilliant day. I'll never give away the sunlit rays. Though you had promised me another world, I found my flag was mine to be unfurled. There would be starry skies and ecstasy. We would live all our lives upon the sea. There were no monsters there to come at night. We would live with no fear and with no fight. You came to my bed like a shipwrecked mariner, singing your songs of love and paradise. Islands and oceans shimmered in your skies. I could see vast horizons in your eyes. You were the shipwreck I had to survive. You gave me all the strength to stay alive. You were the shipwreck I had to survive. You gave me all the strength to stay alive. You came to my bed like a shipwrecked mariner. When I was a girl in Colorado, rivers danced the canyon walls. Paintbrush nodded in the springtime. I could hear the bluebirds' calls. When I was a girl in Colorado, winter held me in its arms. Summers rocked me like a lover. I could never come too hard. whisper I could say. Will you take me to the mountains before another summer ends? We could catch the outbound zephyr. We can travel like the wind. When I moved out to the desert 40 years to lose my soul, somewhere back there in her river, Colorado made me whole. When I go back to the mountains, I always find a windy hill. Watch the sunset over Long's Peak, ski those slopes and feel that thrill. Will take me to the mountains before another summer ends. We can catch the outbound zephyr. We can travel like the wind. When I was a girl in Colorado, I knew enough to fall in love, like the bluebirds in the pine trees, like the snowfall from above. Will you take me to the mountains before another summer ends? We can catch the outbound zephyr. We can travel like the wind, like the wind, like the wind, like the The wind sang in the bare woods, and Thomas prayed by the trees. Heard him whisper through my dreams that life was a reprise. Met him on the mountain, 7 times we walked. I heard his voice, I saw his life, and listened to his talk. People came from far away to stand there by the river. They saw his life, they saw his home, a searcher and believer. He visited with holy men, he meant to find the answer. He saw wars were evil, and the devil was the dancer. He dreamed of being an eagle, with wings he would fly, from the west to the north to the east, through rain and sleet, through wind and snow. He'd find his way to bring us peace. place where he would die. The Dalai Lama welcomed him to Thailand. Prayers were prayed and joy was spread and hearts were filled with calm. But in the afternoon, Thomas Merton's life was gone. The story was that he had died stepping from the bath, shocked by the electricity that lay there in his path. In holy robes the deed was done as the stars were shining bright. Years went by and lies were told, but the truth did not come to light. He dreamed of being an eagle with wings he would fly from the west and the north to the east. Through rain and sleet, through wind and snow, he'd find his way to bring us peace. After he was buried, upon his death concealed, the evidence of bullet holes finally was revealed. Somewhere in the shadow life, the guilty ones live on. With silver in their pockets, they hide the smoking gun. Why are people so afraid of those who work for peace? JFK and Dr. King prayed for wars to cease. He dreamed of being an eagle with wings he would fly from the west and the north and the east. Through rain and sleet, through wind and snow, he'd find his way to bring us peace. Sang in the bare woods, Thomas prayed by the trees. I heard him whisper through my dreams that life was a reprieve. upon the black harpoons. I tip the waiter and go back to gaze on the white misted seas that leap like visions from the canvas of the man who had a lover in a little sea-swept town near London. Mr. Turner in his fine black hat and unclouded eye, who spied the magic in the water's mist among the ships. Wild with mist, the Turner paintings shine upon the walls where I stand and we sat in gilded rooms of fine old glass, the light from candles dancing on the walls. She sang me songs she'd written in her sorrow and told me she'd be dead and gone tomorrow. She learned to sing and paint in her own blood as it dripped upon the strings of her guitar. She found a blade of steel in the silver flood and tore her friends and fingernails apart. She thought perhaps that she would marry soon the lover who had set her heart on fire, the one she chose under the waning moon. She ground them down as every flame grew higher. And it's only time will tell, and time alone, what is meant when all is set in stone. Who will ride one day on the shining horse? Who will win and who will stay the course? He was the wrangler of some famous men. He was the star of every stage he crossed. He was the mountain he would have to move, for he was never found and never lost. They met when he was 30 years of age, already at his peak and at a loss. Joan of Arc had crossed his path so early, and he had borne the dagger and the cross. And it's only time will tell, and time alone, what is meant of all this skin and bone. Who will ride off on the shining horse? Who will win and who will stay the course? He said I'd really like to study love, taking both her hands between his own. He heard the singing of the morning dove and felt his soul was ready to atone. The girl of hair of gold and heart of steel, in time her past and future would begin. She wept in caves and watched the turning wheel, and lost as often as she failed to win. And it's only time will tell, and time alone, what is meant by all this skin and bone. Who will ride off on the shining horse? Who will win and who will stay the course? of ash and blood. All the saints were dancing to his rhymes. He had the gift of purest, truest love. He had the cure for each and every crime. And if only time will tell, and time alone, what is meant when all is said and stone. Who will ride off on the shining horse? Who will win and who will stay the thunder of the hooves of Indian ponies, wild with running, beautiful as light, flash into my dreams along the prairie. The heroes soothe the spirits of the night with buffalo who used to roam the mountain, through the canyons, through the wind-blown past swiftly running rivers, and sounds of centuries like breaking glass, shot from trains and shot from painted horses, shot down running in their murdered feet, gone before the quarter of the century, leaving nothing but the sound of starving in their trails of blood and sorrow, ancient creatures innocent of crime, manifest in destiny they flounder, like the wandering footsteps of the blind. Sunrise. Tribes and missionaries, all the wagon trains of yearning hearts, testify to madness and to bloodshed among the buffalo as time departs. Alas, for murdering the dreams of warriors, women, children sleep in innocence. The tears of history commence. Sunrise, 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 sunrise. May the pioneers plant in their gardens, among the bones of dreamers by the creek, where they somehow found the peace of silence, with no maddening secrets they could keep, with with its scrambled streets and lovers' lanes, the long-lost rooms on Perry Street where love was slain, the drifting dreams that turned to ashes in the rain, the flights from fancy all along the vast terrain that always brought me back over the bridge of sighs, the desperate dreams, the yearning and the lonely nights, in some far city where I'd salvaged sweet delights, awakened sorrow, struggling to get back home, over the rivers, through the woods, soared to the moon, the windswept beaches where my shattered dreams could roam, the dazzling stages, the bright lights where I dreamed and wept, embraced by music where the secrets were kept, city of awakening where I found myself, city of my youth, of poverty and wealth, stripped of roaming figures, you are still alive. You will blossom, you will win, you will survive. Drunk in Greenwich Village, drunk in London town, drunk in mountain cities where the clouds came down, sunlight pouring on my younger face, light and laughter, fear without a trace, city of yearning, city of time, city of beginning, city of rain, the village with its scrambled streets and lovers' lanes, the long-lost rooms on Perry Street where love was slain, flights of fancy all along the vast terrain that brought me back over the bridge of sighs, city of raw beauty, city of bright lights, bright lights, bright I danced in the desert when I was but 20. I sang to mirages, made love to the wind. I climbed the blue ridges above the red sunsets. I walked and I wandered, I prayed and I sinned. I drank from the springs where the secrets were hidden. I spoke with the healers knelt under their wings. My heart hollowed out to a whistling whisper that spoke to me only of winter and spring. Arizona of starlight and tumbleweed, where antelope climb the ravines. You healed all the wounds that were hidden and left them for all to be seen. The chimes in the wind and the songs in the twilight, the feel of soft sand and the fingers of dawn, the feathers of light in the windows of heaven, the hush of their song as they climbed and were gone. Back here in the desert I see myself flying out of the canyons where I was so free, gathering the sea. Arizona, a starlight and tumbleweed, where antelope climb the ravines. You healed all the wounds that were hidden and left them for all to be seen. Where all of the dreams of the searchers are hidden, where all of the shards of the broken hearts lay. I wait in the dawn for the hand I was given, before I could know where the canyons would lead. The colors still shimmer like silk in the water, no matter how far my heart flies. My dark years are gone and the old dreams move on, but I see the moonlight still clear in your eyes. The love of my life came late in the journey, the promise, the jewel, the prize. And now on the desert the cactus are blooming, their colors light